The Black Monday of 1987 in historical photographs.
It's difficult to convey to a modern audience the emotional impact of the stock market's gyrations in the 1980s, or indeed in any distant decade, because the most popular measures of market value have grown so much in the intervening years. For example, on the worst day of the 1929 crash, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost about 38 points, an insignificant move in modern markets. But on that day, the Dow had opened at just under 300 points, so that 38-point drop represented an unprecedented 12.8% decline. That record stood until the Black Monday crash of 1987. On that historic autumn Monday of 1987, it seemed possible that the entire American financial system would crack apart. The next day, it seemed certain that it would. The storm had not come out of a cloudless sky. There had been years of heedless expansion, months of growing anxiety, weeks of looming trouble, and fading options. Then, Monday dawned, a day so terrifying that those uneasy months and weeks seemed placid by comparison. On that single day, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the pulse rate of the most prominent stock market in the world, fell a heart-stopping 22.6%, still the largest one-day decline in Wall Street history. A one-day decline of 22.6% is still almost unthinkable. It was truly unthinkable for the men and women of 1987. We can look back on their experience, but when they looked back, they saw nothing that resembled Black Monday, not during the Great Depression, not when America went to war, not even after a presidential assassination. Until 1987, a very bad day in the stock market meant a decline of 4 or 5%. A horrible day meant a drop of 10 or 11%, a figure exceeded only during the historic crash of 1929. Then, on Black Monday, the unthinkable suddenly became unforgettable, a market crash so steep and so fast it seemed that the entire financial system would simply shake apart like an airplane plunging to earth. On that day, the new toys of Wall Street, derivatives, and computer-assisted trading fed a justifiable fear that an overdue market downturn would become an uncontrollable meltdown. The avalanche of selling briefly halted a key Chicago market and came within minutes of officially shutting down the New York Stock Exchange. Hong Kong closed its market for a week. Tokyo and London, financial centers almost on par with New York, were battered. The aftershock hit days, weeks, and even months later. It took 2 years for the market to climb back to its 1987 peak. When measured in United States dollars, 8 markets declined by 20 to 29%, 3 by 30 to 39%, Malaysia, Mexico, and New Zealand, and 3 by more than 40%, Hong Kong, Australia, and Singapore. The least affected was Austria, a fall of 11.4%, while the most affected was Hong Kong with a drop of 45.8%. Out of 23 major industrial countries, 19 had a decline greater than 20%. Worldwide losses were estimated at $1.71 trillion. Although program trading contributed greatly to the severity of the crash, the exact catalyst is still unknown and possibly forever unknowable. With complex interactions between international currencies and markets, hiccups are likely to arise. Since 1987, a number of protective mechanisms have been built into the market to prevent panic selling, such as trading curbs and circuit breakers. In the photos collected here, exchange floor traders look exasperated, brokers gaze worriedly at television screens, seemingly unsure of whether they need to go to work anymore. Overall, a sense of powerlessness permeates each image, a sense of fear for the future of the economy.
If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel.